Ladies, how often do we take our reproductive health seriously, or do we wait until something goes south for us to take matters into our own hands? I hope you learn a thing or two in today's episode as we discuss matters reproductive health. And as my guest, Jemimah, shares her journey with fibroids and how it unfortunately claimed the life of her child, but later she was blessed with a bouncing baby boy. My name is Susan Grace and welcome to this episode of A Woman's Journal. And also, might I add, thank you so much, Sukusuku, for this beautiful location. Let's get to it. Kama ilivyo ibada, nitampatia mgeni wangu nafasi ya kujitambulisha, then we're going to get into the fun stuff, then we're going to get into the deep stuff. Hi, Jemimah.
Hi, Susan. How are you?
You're well?
I'm good. And you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for gracing my podcast.
You're welcome.
Yes. For the person who's seen you for the first time, Jemimah ni nani? What do you do? What is there to know about you?
My name is Jemimah Nzisa. I'm a women reproductive health advocate, of course, out of experience. I love making a difference in a woman's life when it comes to their health. Yes.
I love that, and I know we'll be getting into that, but hapa tunapendanga kucheza mchezo kidogo, vitu zisikwe too serious.
I know.
So we're probably going to do like 2 questions each, then talk, get into the discussion, then maybe now we'll come back to like one last one.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I start?
Yes. Sijui kama umechagua kenye unataka.
Of course, it's you I'm asking, so I hope hautanieka kwa fix with yours. So
I can't make promises.
Okay, so is it harder to break up with someone or be broken up with?
Is it harder to break up with someone or
be broken
in short,
up with?
is it easier kuachwa ama kuachana?
Yes.
I feel like kuachana is easier because you're the one in control of the situation.
Yeah,
kuachwa inaweza kupata off guard.
I know.
Yeah.
Inakupata kwa mata when you're trying to give it your best. Hapo ndipo unapewa the bombshell. But when you do it yourself, it's like you're prepared for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you'd also prefer the same?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Now. Let me see what we have here. Do you feel like you work too hard, work not enough, or you have a good balance?
They say this life has no balance, eh? So sometimes you might think you're on it, but you're not.
Yes.
So sometimes I feel like I work too hard and I don't see results. But there are times when I'm there. So most of the time there's no much balance in it. And I need to get balance with that.
Yes.
Because as much as we work too hard, sometimes unachoka for nothing, but you can do something little within a short period of time and you get results. Yeah, so most of the time, I feel like I work hard a lot.
Yes.
But that's something I opt to change come this year and make sure that haitaisha nikifanya the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Miangu iko tayari.
If something broke in your home, are you more likely to call someone for repairs or you'll try to fix it yourself first?
Miss Independent hapa kwanza nijaribu kujifixia ikiumana ndo nitatafuta mtu. I think I'm most likely to fix it myself.
To try and fix it myself.
If it's something too delicate yenye najua maybe itakuja kuniuma na caretaker kama mwenye nyumba.
Kwanza vitu za stima.
Stima nayo siwezi. Hiyo si hata kama ni socket na hang siwezi. But I think most of the things I try to fix myself.
Ndogo kama leakage pale kwa sink, that one I think I can also do it.
That one?
Yeah.
Naona naweza vunja sink mzima, so hiyo na menga caretaker. Oh yeah, your sink is leaking.
But really yeah. Think steamer?
No. Okay, so even you're most likely to fix it yourself.
I'll try. No, depends with what.
With what?
Yes.
Okay.
Not everything.
Mimi tafadhali niende YouTube nitafute tutorial. Ikishindikana ndo niko I think I need help.
Yes. Yeah, it's good to get help sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Last one. What is a kitchen appliance you cannot function without?
I cannot function without.
Yes. Yenye kama iko kwa kitchen yako, that kitchen is not full. It's not complete rather.
What is it, Aki? A blender?
A blender? Really? You use it a lot?
Yeah. Adi nyanya.
Nyanya, garlic, nini?
Yes. You know, I have a kid. Hawapendi kuona hizo nyanya kwa chakula. So mkikula ako toa hii. So I think a blender goes a long way, because sometimes like right now I'm on dieting na siringi. So sometimes nilikuwa utanipea zile looks za. Yeah, so it's this year has been one of my nimekuwa kwa vision board. It's working on my body and feel more how do I put it, more fit. So sometimes unapata sipiki sana, so I prefer making smoothies or vitu tu
zile za kwa kasujui skuma na nini na
lettuce na cucumbers. Sasa unaona mbona nilikuwa na hesitate
na carrots. Sorry.
So I think a blender iko but of course vitu kama gas hizo ni essentials tu zenye zikosa kukua.
I think hizo unaweza kuwa na alternative kama una gas unaweza buy jiko, you know, such things.
Bora si stove.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything in my kitchen that by the funny enough, you know, the one thing I don't have tangu ni hame sijai shughulika kubai kichungi. Sina kichungi.
But the kichungi rasi ya lazima. You know, we have tea bag squeezies.
Yeah, and then me, I'm not a tea person. Sasa kichungi, and also not very big on milk. Sasa kichungi sijawai. But I think I should just buy for formality.
If you don't
alafu unajua pia sihostingi watu. So, I don't feel the pressure. Alafu mimi ni mtu wa hot chocolate, but anyway.
Hey, hot chocolate, but do you say?
But do I say not to ringi?
Na ni gani yenye sasa hauwezi kabila?
Siwezi kabila. A kitchen, a clients that siwezi kabila. I don't know if I can say fridge. I think I would say fridge because
Mbona sikusema fridge?
Sasa wewe niambie. Because without a fridge, there's a risk of things going bad. So you can't even cook in bulk. Ni upike kitu namaliza sai ama kesho asubuhi. So I think fridge is the one necessity siwezi taka kukosa. Microwave unajua at least if it's warming food, you can warm with gas.
Yeah, with
ama
gas.
nini. Blender, not so much.
Yeah.
But for me it would be a fridge.
I take back my words. I think in the fridge.
Hakuna.
Hakuna kurudi.
Kura. IBC washa announce.
But the fridge, it makes sense. But anyway.
I think you overthink. You
overthink
the question.
Yes. No, but when you overthink something, ya kwanza, the moment you think about it at the first time, it's right. But the moment you start overthinking it inakuwa wrong.
Unapotea.
I know.
Yeah. I think now we'll ask one more towards the end of the question.
Yeah.
But there's one I wanted to ask, but I know this would directly now tie to what we're about to talk about. What is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you? And even as you plan to share with us your journey with fibroids, I don't know if that is the scariest thing that has ever happened to your life.
It's part of one of the scariest things. I think it was losing my mom.
Oh no.
Yes, in 2021 July. I was not really prepared for that, and I think I didn't do what I was supposed to do at that time. For me at that time I thought I'm okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I was not she was not sick. I never saw it coming. And I didn't mourn her. I thought I'm fine. And 3 days after we bury her, I have a miscarriage.
Oh no.
Which I think that is I could call it scariest, because I've never dealt with death at that level.
Yeah.
Of course, I've had, as we talk about fibroids journey, my first baby died due to fibroids in 2018. I maneuvered that a little bit, but for someone like a mom, you didn't see that coming. Yeah, that was the craziest for me, because her death affected a lot of things later on, since 2021 up to now. I think vitu mingi zime happen because of still being stuck on that emotion. Yeah, so that for me, that has been the scariest thing, dealing with death at first hand hivo.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I relate, because I also lost my mom, and
sorry.
I also didn't see it coming. That was the most painful part about it. But you have lightly mentioned that that's in 2018. Is it 2018 when you first lost your child?
Yeah, 2018.
Is that the one that you lost at 35 weeks?
Yes.
You know, when I saw that, I was like, I thought at 35 you're about to deliver.
Actually, yeah. The baby was almost fully term. And I don't know, me, I thought we were good. You know, the baby was playing well and all that. And then one of these checkups, I go to the gyna. Ile tu kuangalia ultrasound, tunaendelea aje. And I'm in that room, and this lady, she's doing that ultrasound thing, and naangalia tu kwa hiyo screen, her face inaka naona nini.
Yeah.
She's not satisfied. She goes out, she calls another doctor. They check. She goes again, calls another one. And I'm like, kila kitu iko sawa. Nini, are we okay? Jumi nasikia niko sawa. Akaniambia, you have to take this result to your daktari. Let him advise you from there. So nikatoka kwa hiyo room. Me, I don't ask a lot of questions, by the way.
Yeah.
So nikatoka, I called the doctor, nikamwambia nimepatiwa results. Akaniambia nisome vile inasema. Nikamsomea, akaniambia, so right now atasta kuambia ukuje kwa hospitali. What I need you to do, I need you to go to the nearest hospital, get injections, zile za kufanya lungs za mtoto zimachue. I really don't know zinaitwaje, because we have to do an emergency CS for you on Monday. That was on Friday.
Yes.
So on Monday you have to come in for a emergency CS to huyo mtoto haizi survive hivyo, because you don't have any amniotic fluid. Sijui kwenye ilienda, sijawai leak. So I don't know if the fibroids were feeding on it or what was really happening, because I've never leaked. Rojo kilik tu utajua ilipasuka imekuwa ikitoka.
Yes.
But I never leaked. So I had to go for that emergency CS to have the baby delivered. Unfortunately, I didn't hear the cry at the theater. So unajua kuna vile unasikianga wakiwa wameshamaliza kudeliver. So una feel they are putting things in order.
Yes.
And I'm like, kwani daktari umemaliza? Because of course nilikuwa nimedungwa ile shindano ya kuganda nusu.
Yes.
And ako, yeah, we are done. Sijasikia mtoto, where is she? Because it was a girl. Nakaniambia amekimbizwa kwa nursery. She was not looking too good. And I'm like, of course, najua tumekuwa na issues ya fibroids. Maybe something kidogo tu ili happen and the baby will be fine. So hivyo tu ndivyo nilikuwa in dark until jioni 7 from around 9 a.m. Now when the doctor came to break the news to me, akaniambia the baby didn't make it. The fibroids zilikuwa zimemfinya proper. Yeah, so she couldn't make it.
And I know maybe now this starts way back in your teens. Was it at 13 when you noticed you experiencing extremely painful periods?
Actually, my first period. Actually, tulikuwa home. I think we were holidays around April up or August. So tulikuwa boarding, but sasa hiyo time tuko home for holidays. Tulikuwa tunafua nje kwa nyasi vizuri, you know, hizo setups za ushago mnafua kwa nyasi, mkianika nguo tu nje.
Yeah.
And I start feeling some pain kwa tumbo. Niko, mbona na mwana tumbo hivyo sijakula kitu mbaya, ni nini na happen. So a few minutes later, I go to the washroom and I'm like, nini? Like I knew sikujua periods zinakujanga hivyo. I don't know, sikuwa na idea of how periods look like, because that is something yenye unajua kitambo discussing periods was a taboo.
Yes,
it is still bado hadi wa leo, but we are trying to break that.
At least we've warmed up to that conversation.
Yeah, where do you even start?
Yeah.
So I was scared. I was like, why am I mbona natoa damu? So I went to my mom and I told her, nimesikia nikiumwa na tumbo design nyingine mbaya hata nimeshindwa kufua. And I've gone to the washroom. I find that I have blood. She told me, you've started your periods. I'm like, sikuja hivyo. Akaniambia yes. Herself, she rushed to the shop, akaniletea pads, and she showed me how to use them. And that was where I began my journey. Nilipambana nayo hivyo for 7 days actually. Mine used to go for 7 days. And it was bad. It used to be extremely painful. That hata ukiwa shule, people used to think that I was pretending. Because wasichana wengine wako na periods too normal. Why is your case looks so, mbona unataka kujifanya unaka special, unajua? And I'm like, kwani ni yenu iko aje? They're like, we don't experience any pain.
Yeah.
We are okay. Actually, they seemed to enjoy it. And to me, there was nothing to enjoy hapo, because kitu ya kwanza the flow was heavy.
Mingi. For 7 days.
Yes, mingi inatoka. Hadi you become anemic. Sometimes I could faint. Saa zingine inabidi niende hosi kwa drip juu ya kudehydrate. Sasa hata jisikii kukunywa kitu yoyote, usikii kukula. So dehydration inakuwa too much. I have to go to the hospital like kwa drips and all that. Shule, I have to miss classes for like 2-3 days because of admission. Na nikitoka hosi bado teacher hataki niende class, nilale kwa dormitory. Because you know when you have such kind of pain, unapewa tu dawa ya kutuliza. After a few hours, inarudi tena.
Off, yeah.
Inarudi tena. So for 3 days unapata siko class. And for me, I thank God because I had a support system. That was my parents and my brother. Shule teachers ilifika point ikabidi wame understand the situation. But you know, every time you go to the hospital with this kind of pain, they try to normalize it and tell you how ni kawaida. You know, women experience this. Itaisha wakati utazaa. Niko 13. Are you encouraging me nitafutane na mimba saa hizi? Juu nani anataka pain hadi time atazaa? Unajua hadi you know,
it's a long time.
Yeah, we are used to maliza shule, maybe get a job, get married, na upata mtoto. Asa ukiniambia nikizaa, si utafanya nichukue shortcut vibaya.
Yeah.
And mi akisikuwa ielewa. Like it was bad, Susan. I think for someone who has experienced painful cramps, they know it's a killer one. Okay, I've never experienced labor pain because are normal.
Yeah.
So I don't know how labor pain is.
Uliza normal. Uliza normal. You just went through CS. Sorry to cut you short. I saw a quote. I think it came from a mom who said, when you're comparing the two ways a mother gives birth, stop saying CS and normal. Both are normal. It's just that there's vaginal birth and there's now CS.
The CS.
So yeah,
so it's normal.
Just through CS. Yeah.
I take back my words.
It's okay. We learn. Even me, I learned from the internet.
Yeah, so I don't know how that kind of pain, your vaginal birth
like. Yeah.
But the one that I experienced, I do nalala kwa flow. You eat food, you vomit. It was bad. So
you had years and years of dealing with heavy period, very painful. At what point did you learn that you had fibroids?
At 26 years old. That is 13 years later.
Wow.
Yeah. And it really pained me because if that time nilikuwa naenda hosi kuchukua hizo painkillers, hizo injections, I wish someone told me, let's do, after ukimaliza periods zako, come we do an ultrasound or a scan. Let's know what's happening with your uterus. For those years, no one ever suggested such a thing. Na mimi juu sijui. Nitaulisiezi uliza. Unajua, I didn't know. So, because it ilinipatia a lot of inconveniences during my school time. My brother being the youngest, he had to catch up with me kwa class because we transfer schools and we are supposed to do interview. I can't do the interview because niko kwa hiyo wakati. Nikamwambia sitaweza, nitarudia tu basi.
Yeah.
And utafanya mwingine arudie class because unarudia. So he had to catch up with me, which I felt like mi ndio first born. Mbona tuko the same class sasa?
The same level, yeah.
So it really caused me a lot of inconveniences, but so at 26, of course that time I'm working. So I'm in the office and it's the crazy cycle once again. I almost got replaced because every month unamiss aje jobs kutatu unajua hadi wanafikiria unajifanyanga every month ndio at least ikaini kama una take off zako unajua. So a colleague asks me lakini nikuulize hii pain yako ushaifanya kitu inaitwa scan like at least get to know what uterus looks like, and I'm like hata ni nini, like even at 26 yani sina hata idea ya nini nafaa kufanya unajua. And that's when I decided enyewe I have to put an end to this. If nikijua ni nini, you know, you can't deal with something that you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So you have to know what it is and know what to do about it.
Yes.
And I went to the hospital. That was my first scan ever in my life at 26 years old. And to my shock, I'm told that I have fibroids, 7 centimeters big, the biggest one, and multiple.
How is 7 centimeters? Like this big?
7 centimeters. Something like that, yeah. A size of orange. Yes. Machungwa, the biggest. And multiple others. Then they didn't give their sizes. And also on my, I don't know if it was the left or the right side of the ovary, I had a cyst. You see? So now they told me this is what has been causing you pain throughout your periods. And I'm like, what are fibroids? So the doctor explains on a doctor's level. But me bado nimetoka tu hapo, nimejituma hadi kwa Google. I have to check what these fibroids are. And they are ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly. Me, I call them monsters. They are bad. And you can imagine your uterus is the size of your fist. So something kubwa kama machungwa iko hapo ndani.
Yeah.
And multiple others. So of course, you're always having a belly pot. Aitainda. Because that thing, of course, depending on your diet, they keep growing on whatever you eat because they feed on some kind of foods. So nikauliza daktari, what do I do? Because these things really look bad being in me. They look bad. Of course, akanambia, oh, even you can't get pregnant with them. So it's a matter of like there's no way zitaenda. Ni tutoe. Through what? Surgery. So I called my parents, nikawambia, we nimeambiwa hivi na hivi. Is it okay if I get admitted? Wakanambia, ni sawa, because they knew what I was going through. Wakanambia, it's okay, get admitted, let us know what it's needed. I did the surgery, and for me nilijua, Fuchs, finally, we are done with these things. And then the doctor akanambia, now what you do, you need to get pregnant haraka. Before they do what?
They start growing again.
They regrow. And I'm like, I'm not even dating. Natoa mimba wapi. Like, watu na kuzaa na fibroids zake.
The solution,
Yeah, that seems to be the only solution. Unajua at that time. Nikamwambia, so what happens if I take longer? Akanambia, they will start regrowing. Nikamwambia, so this is not a permanent solution. Akanambia, depends na mwili ya mtu. Kuna wenye ita take long kumea. Kuna wenye they won't come back. It depends. Nikamwambia, so what about the pain? Itakuwa nayo tena? Akanambia, no, you're not going to experience the pain anymore. So mimi nikaenda home after 2 days nikijua ile monster tumemalizana na hii kitu
finally out of the picture.
Yeah. So me, I went home. I hear when you have a CS or that kind of a surgery, periods might take longer before zikuje. Mizangu hata zinanipea break.
They came back.
They came back the next month. And I'm like, guys, mngepotea at least tuanzane next year because it was in October.
Yeah.
And nothing changed.
So the pain is back.
Wasa. That time I was not experiencing back pain. That was when I started experiencing back pain. And it was bad. Hadi mtu anakuuliza, sasa wewe mtoto mdogo hivi, unatoa wapi back pains?
Yes.
Niko mambo ni mengi. Mambo ni mengi. So I called the doctor nikamwambia, you promised me this and this, but now something else hata imeongezeka kwa uchungu.
Yeah.
Akaniambia, maybe it's the after surgery, whatever, a few things here and there, the body is still adjusting. Observe it maybe for the next 2-3 periods after he. And kajambia, ni daktari. Okay, let's do this. Nikasema mi thought tumemalizana na hii kitu, bado napona uchungu ya surgery, though they did the kind of CS they did, it's not the open one. They gave me some 3 cuts, this side kwa kitovu and this side, so they kind of weka some camera.
Yes.
And I'm like, fibroid is 7 centimeters, how do you remove it in using such a method? Unajua, that was later now when I realized nothing had changed in me. So nikaanza kufanya some research and I'm like, 7 centimeter ni kitu kubwa. Mbona like, was that the only way? Unajua, at least ingekuwa the open CS and all that, but what do I do? Nilisha lipa pesa hosi, they did their work, so I don't know. So pain haikuisha. So I kept following up with the doctor because of course I had his number. For 3 cycles nikaona nothing is changing, so nitashindanga tu kupiga simu kila time periods zikikuja. Nikasema back to my roots. Tuendelee. Inakani kama sina solution ya hii kitu, maybe ni kuzaa.
And that time you're not dating.
I'm not
dating. There are no prospects of you getting pregnant.
There are no prospects. Unajua, kuna time inafikanga hakuna prospect na pia unakwanga umeamua. Acha tu nikae. Unajua, you don't even feel like it. But now after like a year, of course I met someone. Hiyo December actually ya 2016. 1, 2, 3 happened and I got married in 2017 September. So nikajiambia hapa mimi hakuna cha kuenjoy marriage. Mbio kupata mtoto. Ta enjoy marriage baadaye.
Yeah.
So it took me, I thought nitapata pregnancy hata haraka. It took me around 4 months before I even got pregnant. So when I got pregnant I was happy. Niko finally kitu inaenda kuisha. That was in 2018 I think ikianza. So that pregnancy, of course that was my first one.
Yeah.
But niko watu feel hivi. Just like with my periods vile zilikuwa zinanikimbiza. I was like, do people still feel hivi wakiwa na ball? And for me nikajiambia msichana uko na fibroids. So it might not be as easy as the rest. Unajua.
Yeah.
Nilipambana na hiyo pregnancy. it was tough. It was painful. As the baby is growing, the fibroids are growing too. So, I don't know. Like pain has been a part of my life hadi. Mi saa zingine nashindangu hata why? Unajua? Nilingangana na hiyo mimba for that 5 weeks. Hoping even something would change in between. Because nilikuwa nashinda hosi and I'm like, akizi dawa mnanidunga, is it safe for the baby during pregnancy? They're like, yeah, we are giving you the best and the safest. Every week niko hosi, kudungwa. Sometimes I eat, I vomit everything. And I'm like, wewe unatoa tu chakula, utagrow aje hapo ndani, unajua? So it was tough, it was crazy, it was painful, but I had a supportive spouse at that time. And even my family, they were supportive. So ndio sasa tukafika hiyo point ya kwenda now the scan I told you about, and they found out that I didn't have the amniotic fluid.
Yes.
So I had to do now the emergency CS for the baby to come out, because hata survive bila amniotic fluid. Unajua hiyo ndio inakuanga ground yao. So if you don't have anaweza anza kusuffocate huko ndani and not be able to get even the nutrients that the baby needs. So that is how I lost my first baby to fibroids, and at that particular time the biggest was around 6 centimeters, and the doctor alipiga tu picha uterus ikiwa open to show me how big the fibroid was, and I was like, you knew my baby had not survived. Si ungeniondolea hata tu mzigo moja basi ungekata, because the uterus was already wide open. Akaniambia no, we could have a risk tube bleeding too much. I'm like, the uterus was already open. Ungekata tu. And akaniambia maybe ukishapona now you can come back, we remove them. I'm like, nipone tu kidonda ya CS after 6 months alafu nikuje tena tu mnikate. Mimi nikaona hapana. Nikaona hapana. I was mad, I was disappointed, I was everything yenye si poa at that time. You know, hata kama mtoto hakuwa mkubwa, a loss is a loss.
A loss is a loss.
Umengangana na hiyo pregnancy for that 5 weeks.
And you bonded with the baby.
Yes, hoping that I really looked forward to this baby coming out, and I just hold her, I just hug her, and I tell her how strong she was for struggling with those fibroids. Because if you check fibroids kwa mtandao, you'll see the kind of monsters they are. Na kababy kako hapo kanajaribu kugrow, nazo zina mpresi side ingine. I really hoped she could have made it, but maybe that was God's way of leading me somewhere, because they say for you to have a testimony,
you have to go through the test.
Sure.
True.
So that was it for me.
Were you given a chance to see her before they took her away? Did you bury her?
No, I didn't bury her because at first I was sikuwa najisikia na kitu yoyote. So I saw the baby the next day. Now when already ashakauka, hata hakai mtoto, unajua. I just held her and I told them to just dispose her, because me, I didn't have the energy. I did not have the energy to go and bury her. So I just told them to take care of it. Yeah.
And how did that affect your mental health? Because this is a lot, even tracing back to your teenage years, 13 years of painful periods. Here you are, you found somebody, you're pregnant, you're happy, you've almost carried the baby to term, then to learn that the baby has passed away. How did this affect your mental health?
At first, one thing nimekuja kurealize, when something, I won't say something bad, when something hurtful happens to me, I don't know how to react to it immediately. Reaction yangu yukuja baadaye after nime internalize everything. So at first I thought I was okay for around 2 months hivi. People come to check up on me, say hi at in the house, and I'm there. Mimi ndio nawachekesha, mimi ndio hata nawapikia. Like I don't want you even to get to the kitchen. I'll do this, I got it. But now later on, naanza ku break down. And especially, okay, of course, even the spouse was going through, okay, they say even the spouse, it hurts them, eh?
Yeah, it does.
But it hurts the ladies more, because when ulikuwa umeboa mtoto na umebond na yeye. So I think hiyo time kila mtu alianza kudeal na hiyo issue kivyake. For him, he could go out a lot. Hakuwa anataka tukae kwa nyumba hata tuko tu he used to, na prefer kwenda akae na marafiki zake. And so I remember one particular, like whatever ilini breakdown kabisa is him telling me, kama si hizo fibroids zako huyu mtoto angekufa.
That came from your partner?
A spouse.
Your spouse?
And I was like, we are both grieving and you had not carried the child. So, do you think I'm happy that the kid died? It hurt me. At that point, that was my breaking point. And it really had a toll on me emotionally and mentally. I think that was, apart from the pain ya periods yenye nimekuanga nimezoea kukua nayo, that was the biggest blow of my
painful,
life. Yeah, the first one, like kuni hit vizuri. So, of course, you are never the same. You are never the same. Even after losing a child, anybody who goes through a miscarriage, they are never the same person again. Yeah. So, for me, that was the beginning of kuji-isolate in a way somehow and keeping things to myself. So whether ni kitu imeanza kunisumbua, like niliamua tu kukua najiekea. I realized that was really doing harm to me because mimi nitajiekea. Like ukishapata response kama hiyo, how even supposed to approach the same person and discuss vitu na yeye. So that was the beginning of me. They say marriage is not easy. You have to communicate constantly. But now the person you're supposed to communicate to constantly, mimi nakwambia tu utaniambia kitu moja hivi, itani put off like a lot. I will be like, let me just deal with my issues kivyangu. And it's not even solving anything. But the fact that I'm quiet and I know sitapata jibu si expect, I'm okay. But that was the beginning of my mental emotional traumas.
Did you ever feel guilty? Because or rather, did you, now he's told you it's because of the fibroids that the baby didn't make it. Did you ever feel guilt about it?
No. I didn't feel guilty because me, of all the people, I wanted to see this baby come to life. Nimwambia tu vile ako strong. During pregnancy, I did everything I could have done as a mother for this baby to make it. So I could have been guilty if I had not given it my best. But you just telling me whatever umeniambia ndio feel vizuri, no, it didn't make me feel guilty because as a mother, as a person, I did everything I could for this baby to make it. So I wasn't guilty about it.
Okay. I don't know if this should...
So maybe the only thing that made me really feel bad, it's all those years of the pain. If an early diagnosis was made, maybe atungefika hapo. That was my only kind of regret, which of course it was out of my hands. Sikujua I'm supposed to do a scan. How are you supposed to find out kuna kitu kwa uterus yako? You know, I didn't have that knowledge. But I normally feel if there was an early diagnosis, kuna point atungefika.
But on the bright side, despite everything you have gone through, you are finally blessed with a child.
Yes.
They're 5 now?
Yeah, they're 5.
So now this was your second pregnancy. Was it scary?
Of course.
Yeah.
After ingine, what do you expect? How different will this be like from the other one? Unajua? Yeah, so after the baby ali pass, me I was like, akintajirudisha tu theater tena. Ai hapana. Siwezi rudi theater for another surgery. Like that place, you know, putting your life on that table. Ni utoke amu kuse kutoka.
It's a 50-50% chance.
Yeah. So nikajiambia hakuna tu alternative mahali, like ni hii tu. Ni kama unajua siku hizi keja power wako na kuna solar, unajua hakuna njia nyingine. So me I started doing my own research online and all that. So I discovered kumbe you can heal your body using natural remedies. Actually, that is how God intended it from the beginning, giving us fruits, nuts, and all that. So, kumbe changing a diet and using natural remedies can be a solution. So for me, mimi niliamua tu kufanya research yangu as a person and see what I can do, because surgery was not an option at that time. Mimi nilikuwa nimesema ifike point hata ukija uniambia tu unaona ukikoroga hii mafia kuku itakuponya,
utachukua.
I would take it. Bora This is
Usiluse.
smell. Like I was that desperate, but not for surgery again. So for me, during my research, of course, I changed my diet. I realized fibroids, they love feeding on sugary things. Hiyo ni kama unazicharge hivi. Zinapenda sana. So I cut down on sugars kidogo, of course not everything. And I do more of this natural, kama ni mkate, I try to eat brown. Chapati ya hata sipendi, so kidogo nilikuwa naondokea. And then you know, there's a certain pH of your body that could attract a lot of diseases. When your body is too acidic, it attracts a lot of diseases, including cancer itself. So there are foods that make your body a bit alkaline. Alkaline is an environment where serious diseases thrive, including fibroids. So I realized there are foods that make your body alkaline. There are alkalinic foods and acidic foods. So I decided to go that route, and water being the greatest percentage of whatever we need in our body. Like our bodies is 70% water. So I decided to take more of alkaline water than any water. You remember kitambo, we used to fetch water from the streams. Hiyo maji unaona tu imepitia kwa tu mawe tu fulani, and that water is really clean.
Very clear.
Unaona?
Yes.
Ama shosho ushago alikuwa anaeka maji kwa pot. That water is very cold. Na ukikunywa tu hivi kuna tu ka refreshing sense fulani, unasikia hadi unafeel kama umekula some sort of minerals. So since we don't have that nowadays
anymore,
we don't have that nowadays. So for me, there's a product that I got online. It's called an alkaline cup. So it has the same science, hizo mawe in it. So it has filters. So hizo filters ndio zina convert your water to alkaline. So when you check the pH of the water that is a bit acidic, inatanengi light green, orangish.
Sasa ni chemistry tumeingia.
Tumeingia chemistry. So but let's not go there. Maybe one of these days na uko mbele,
yes,
we can discuss that. So for me, I moved to the alkaline side of foods, and also supplements. Supplements, they are more of chakula, but it has some sort of technology in it to be absorbed better in your body na ifanye kazi haraka. So like if I need for fibroids, vitamin D3 is very crucial in suppressing the growth of fibroids. So your D3, yes, nitajanika kwa jua for how long for me to get that kind of vitamin that I need. But when you take a supplement, it tends to work faster for you na inakuwa absorbed haraka kwa mwili. If I need to get iron or magnesium from food, saizi foods mingi hata zinapandwa na a certain technology that we don't even get the full nutrients that you need to get from the foods. Ndio maana unaona ukienda kwa soko, for you to buy organic foods na buy normal food, which one is more expensive?
The organic,
because of the way imepandwa and the nutritional value itakupatia compared to these other foods. So for me, I also use supplements, anti-tumor supplements. Anti-tumor supplements are supplements that suppress the growth cells of the fibroids. So when you don't feed them, they die. And when they die, they degenerate. Degenerating ni kama kujingoa. Inangoka. So kama zenye zinakwanga zimehang, as I explained earlier, kwa the types of fibroids, itatoka. You will see it on your periods. Utaiona. Ama kuna zenye kama zenye ziko kwa muscles. Kuna vile zi katika. They start to wear out with time. As the mwili imeanza kuzizoea, they start to wear out. So during your periods, hata even when you are not on your periods, utasikia tu kikram kimetoka kwenye kimetoka. Umwe vizuri, proper.
Yes.
And then a few hours later you go to the washroom, something falls off. That is called degeneration of the fibroids. So it happens when you stop feeding the fibroids to grow. And of course you do something called hormonal. If you have hormonal imbalance, actually unaona kama endometriosis, the cyst and all, actually most of the women reproductive health, they are from hormonal imbalance. So balancing hormones, using the anti-tumor products, and also a proper detox of your gut. A good detox works on your liver, whereby liver is one of the organs that help your body to balance hormones properly, as well as getting toxins out of your body. So I decided to go that route. And Now let's talk about the pads that we use during our periods. Do you know most of these pads that we have ndio zinachangia most of the gynecological issues women have? 62% actually.
Because of the material?
Yes. And the
chemicals used?
Yes. Because most of the pads zinatumia bleached materials to make it look white, the cotton thing that we get on advertisements. But when you check the content of that pad, ndio tutajihurumia sisi wanawake.
Yeah.
Yes. So for me, I decided to use purely organic pads. Yes, they're expensive. Yes, they are. But they are protecting me from something.
Which organic pads? Like which ones? So ni zile za kufua.
Really?
Oh.
Really? It's only reusable. I don't even advocate.
Reusable. Okay.
I don't even advocate for them because of the hygiene. Kitu ya kwanza.
Yes.
Unaona? Organic pads, like actually kuna a real cotton upper, the top layer. You know, the top layer
is actual cotton.
Scrutinize it inside. Again, check the pH of the content yenye imetengeneza hiyo pad. Most of the pads nakwambia zinaletanga content orange. Unajua orange ni betri ya gari. It's orange when you check the pH. That is very acidic.
Sasa hii inamaanisha tunanunua pads, tunanunua zile goggles za labs. Unakuja hapo na pH. There's a liquid we used to Mwagawa needs to know. Na zile, what are they called, those papers to tell
litmus papers.
Anzani kununua litmus. You know, when I went to high school and they told me, when I switched schools and they told me you can pick 2 sciences, the first thing I dropped as soon as possible was chemistry. Lakini sasa it started to call my name. Kwa na litmus, na goggles, na biret, na
uangalie nini niko kwa hii pad.
But that is scary for us women.
It is. See, you saw the news the other day about pads and diapers za watoto.
Yeah.
Majority ziko aje? Shodi. The content inside there ndo inafanya hata wanawake you will never recover from vitu zingine because the moment you start your periods it's the same thing unavaa.
Yeah.
Unajua, and you know the kind the pad you use in Kenya, it's not the exact pad in US. The quality is different kabisa.
Yeah.
Can't mention names anyway, sorry, but it was on TV.
But now, I mean, yeah, we're talking about your child. It's a he.
Yeah.
5 years now. How has that journey been like? It must be, I mean, I feel like it's one of the things you look at and you're like, God, this is the greatest testimony you've given me so far.
Of course it is. Because after that, taking my precautions,
yes,
and using the products. Me I conceived after 5 months. Then niliambiwa nikae 6 months before I get pregnant again. Of course the 6 months ilikuwa nipone nirudi surgery, but also for the kidonda to heal even vizuri inside. So 5 months down the, like my first period after using the products, Aki Susan, mimi nilikutwa off guard. Because easy times zingine periods start alerting you 3 days.
Like a cramp.
3 days before hata zianze unasikia kwani kuna endaje.
Kuna kupanga 3 days.
Before periods zianze.
3 days.
Unaanza kusikia uchungu.
Connections. I feel like if I feel it right now, I know either zitakuja jioni ama kesho asubuhi.
Hapana, hiyo time like ilikuwa inanipea alert mapema.
3 days.
Within 3 days unangojea haikuji. Unajua tu siku yenye itakuja. Like ushaanza kuumwa already before zikuje.
Yeah.
But now after using these products, guy, mimi nilikutwa like I didn't have any symptoms, I didn't have any signs. I just felt my thighs were wet. Nilifeel tu niko wet, nikajua kwani nimejikojoa ni joto gani hadi na sweat hivyo. So me I went to the washroom and I'm like, guy,
my period.
Watu kutwa hivi without alert. Thank God I was in the house. So mimi nilienda tu nikavaa pad and I've never experienced period vizuri hivyo. Hadi nikozleza hii mwaka ni kuenda nayo. Like it was so peaceful, it was good, and it came from 7 days to 5 days.
Yeah.
Which to me was a great progress. Like nilifeel tu vizuri after the first month. So raha tu, let's continue with this. 5 months, mwezi wa 5 nangojea niko. Of course I normally have an app ya kutrack. Na tumeruka siku. Na irukangi another day. Airukangi.
Yeah.
I go nikasema mama nijaribu pregnancy nione kama nimekwachua.
Boom. Kwachua. Goodness.
Of course I did kwa nyumba niko 2 lines. Ama niende hosi, mimi sikuwa najiamini na hiyo test yangu. So I went to the hospital, wakatoa urine, wakatoa damu, wakaniambia madam you are pregnant. Nikasema we am I supposed to be happy? Ama nitafanya aje because nikikumbuka the last experience it was bad. Nikamwambia can you do for me a scan? I need to know
how my uterus
is as the baby starts growing. Akaniambia you have a small fibroid which is around 3 centimeters. Niko 3. Tumetoka 6.5 to 3.
That's literally half.
Within 3 months. Within 5 months. Like I was happy. He didn't know why I asked him about the scan.
Yes.
It's because I had fibroids while I was delivering my first baby. Because of course ukianza clinic wanakuza ngoshe kwa na mtoto mwingine nini. Nikamwambia so 20 of which was the previous year. Nikamwambia by the time nilikuwa na deliver hiyo mtoto hii the biggest fibroid was 6.5. Akaniambia na imeshuka, what have you been doing? Nikamwambia a change of diet too and a few things here and there. Akaniambia hey, whatever you've been using I wish ungeendelea kuitumia kidogo before the baby came, but let's hope for a safe journey this time round. And me I was like, God, umekubali nikuachue? Akijua tu vile tutafika mwisho sasa juu akisiezi taka the other experience, it was bad. Like just make it easier for me right now. Of course, during the journey, I was using the alkaline cup. I was still taking my alkaline water. It's safe for pregnancy too. Nikajiambia, hey, leo, this time round, niko na kitu ya kuwa tone down kidogo. And let me tell you, kama kuna pregnancy siku nasikia iishe, ni hiyo.
Yeah.
It was good. Nili glow. My face. Ungeona nikiwa na hiyo pregnancy. Nili glow up. I was eating. Watu wengine nilikuwa naogopa kukula juu ya kutapika, nilikuwa nakula hadi niko mtu anapenda chakula. And then I found out it was a boy later on and I was like, let's do this God, unajua. Tusilie tena. And I think Mungu alikuwa amenipangia, alikuwa ameandika kalenda yake 1st January of 2020.
Oh wow.
That's when I delivered.
The beginning of the year.
Day 1. Huyo birthday yake isha hata amesahau hadi
mpaka next year.
Hadi 2025.
Oh wow.
Tuko 2025.
Tuko mpaka 2026.
Hadi 2026.
Yes.
Yaani ashasahau hivyo, imagine. So ata celebrate marafiki zake hii mwaka mwingine.
Yeah.
So I was like 31st mimi watu akivuka mwaka niko tu hapo na katumbo kangu naenda kujilazisha hosi. Kesho daktari akuja asubuhi tumalize hii maneno. I was so happy when I heard that cry.
Oh.
I know, I was so happy. Nikajiambia huyu ni Mungu. So the doctor akakuja akanionyeshelea hapa, alinionyesha ndio birthmark hapa, akona birthmark hapa. So kakibiwa mtafute na hapa.
Ndio hiyo birthmark.
Ndio huyu akanipea tu kapipi hivi, niko like wow.
That's
the
nice.
baby looks nice. Hairy, kazuri. I was happy. I didn't have that with the other pregnancy, so I was like, I know. We made it this time round.
God restores.
God
restores what you lost.
You know, I normally follow you ukiongea stories of restoration and all that, and I'm like, kwani umetumwa uniongeleshe?
Na kwanga nimetumwa watu wangu.
Unakwanga umetumwa by the way, ni venye ujuangi umetumwa.
Ujuangi nimetumwa. But now, even as we bring this to a close, I want us to talk about the initiative you've started now based on the experience that you had. But I'm so curious to know the foods you started eating. To wacha na hii chemistry mingi sasa ile food
tutoke kwa chemistry kwanza.
Like what are some of the foods you ate that helped shrink the fibroids, and then I will talk about the initiative as we bring this to a close.
Okay. Some of the foods that tuanze zenye unaacha kwanza. Because red meat really accelerates the growth of fibroids. Vitu kama sugary things I told you, especially refined foods. What else? Or of course, I'm not an alcoholic person, so they also say alcohol kinda accelerates that. Too much dairy? No, not dairy. Oh, no, there's something carbonated. Especially you see like the sodas and all that. Like too much sugar. Inakuanga tu a good ground for any disease to thrive in. So for me, I started taking most of these chakula zenye watu wanasemanga hizo chakula za watu wagonjwa, akina broccoli, like do more of the greens, the vegetables, meshiri, broccoli, cauliflower, the lettuce things, those when it comes to proteins, mayai kama ni mayai, you try to do kienyeji. Try kama utapata pata, but avoid pia vitu kama foods that do not give you nutritional value. chipo inapeanga mtu nutritional value ni kumaliza tu I know I'm a
kwa personal.
Yeah, so kuna food stress kubati nutritional value yoyote kwa mwili. So not cut completely because craving inakujanga vibaya na utakula tu.
So it's just taking it
taking it in small amounts and increasing this other side.
Ima broccoli na
manini. Broccoli,
yes,
nuts.
Broccoli mwili yangu itakuwa like
a lot of kwani you don't take
na hiyo alkaline water itakuwa
leo ni kukuaje leo ni kama tunasafishwa
you know?
Tunasafishwa like eating healthy and more of organic foods. More of organic foods. The nuts. You know, nuts are very expensive.
They
almonds,
are, cashew
nuts. Yeah, because they are nutritious. But baby, Ebu, even for the viewer out here, Ebu, fanya tu comparison yako. Organic food is the best food for your body.
Yeah.
Na ndio tuna sideline. Yet hii kitu tamu yenye inakuondolea craving haraka, they are way cheaper because ndio maana zinaitangwa fast foods. Mbio tukiendanga. But the moment even ndo maana unasikia hata daktari ukienda hosi anakuambia as you're taking your medicine take a lot of water, take fruits and vegetables and you know kwa nini juu anajua somehow it will help when it comes to the healing of your body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now in less than a minute, tell me about the initiative you started.
Of course the initiative was inspired by my journey.
Yes.
You know, going through such unakanga unajiuliza lakini am I the only person going through this thing? Ama tuko wengi hapa nje ni venye conversations zingine ni tabu. Unajua talking about menstruation is a taboo. Kuongelelea mambo za reproductive health uko nini nizo unasema mbele ya watu. Unajua tu utashikwa mdomo ambaye shushu kaa chini. So for me it was inspired by my journey and I decided to just share my story. And for anyone who resonates with it tunaweza pia na tu nguvu on the way unajua.
Yeah.
And the first time I shared my story, nikashindwa mlikuwa wapi time yote, like people came through.
Waiting.
People spoke. People opened up and I'm like, is it time for me to do something? Ama. So I decided, I of course, kuna vitu huwezi anza kwa uwezo wako. Me, I just told God, I feel like I want to do this for women.
Yeah.
Am I having your blessings? Ama kunaenda aje? And from that time, I kept having the conviction that do this for the women, do this for the women. Like, educate the women, share, like, acha ikuwe ni kama ni place, mnaweza ongea. Have come up with an initiative. So, I came up with that initiative in 2021. Ndio nilikuwa serious. Now, of course, I didn't even have the name. Of course, nilijua ni nini nataka kufanya from, by the time 2020 ilikuwa inaisha.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the grounds vizuri. So 2021 ndio nilisema let me do this, let me come up with a name, let me register it, let me just do what I can do to help a woman out here. So the first time when I shared my story, even men were reaching out. You know, my wife, my daughter, this kind of pain, vitu kama hizo. And when men reached out and I was like, okay, this is a serious thing.
Yeah.
We need to ni kitu tunafaa kuitake seriously, si lightly vile nilikuwa naifikiria nikianza. So that is when I decided to let me have an initiative called Golden Eagle Wellness. Golden Eagle. The reason I chose a golden eagle, it's because when an eagle soars, it soars
above.
It goes above. And something golden is something precious, something of a good value. And now the wellness part. So I'm that golden eagle who overcame this phase of trials and all that. So now I'm flying high to make sure that I touch another woman's life. And so far, if I tell you, I have over 10 babies born.
Oh, wow.
Over 10 babies born.
Look at that.
From this. Utapata mwenye kuna blocked fallopian tubes. They only need a small ignition to hivi. Your blockage itoke and they get pregnant. Unapata mwenye kuna cyst. The moment you help them solve the cyst issue, they get pregnant. Fibroids. Kuna size 2 ukiwa nazo ama location fulani iko located kwa mwili yako, it will be difficult for you to get pregnant. But the moment that size reduces, ama 2 itoke, you get pregnant. And you are like, Akimi Jemimah, I only used 1, 2, 3 and I got pregnant.
Wow.
Wengine hata wako na 2 babies now. And I'm like, this can only be God. Yes.
I love that. And I wish you all the very best.
Thank
and I
you
know
so
there's
much.
a woman who's watching us and might want to get in touch with you. What are your social media handles, or how can they get in touch with you?
Let me give my contact first, and then social medias. I'm still working on them because, like, for Facebook, it was hacked.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, I have my personal as Jemimah Nzisa, JEM_Nzisa. And also we have Golden Eagle Wellness on Instagram. And my contact is 0724140117. So that is the easiest. You can call, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll respond. Mimi ndio nakuongelesha, utapatana na robot.
Na assistant, na secretary.
Yeah, so ni mimi tu nitakuongelesha because I love that personal touch with the client.
Yes.
I need to resonate with them. I need to understand their journey. Na hiyo ndio imenileta because I love creating the trust between me and the clients, because someone in UK trusts me enough to send me almost 150K. I ship for them products. You know, that is the kind of trust I love creating with my clients.
Yeah.
And honesty and transparency.
Yeah.
TikTok, tuko tu hapo Jemimah Nzisa. I'm working on Facebook, but Facebook is Golden Eagle Wellness.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, will give me a call or WhatsApp.
Or a text, yeah.
I will definitely get back to you because I want to help. I want to solve someone's problem.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that and also enlightening me. I feel like I've also learned a thing or two. And also thank you for standing in the gap and wanting to stand with these women and help them. And thank you for gracing my podcast. I really, really appreciate it. I know imeskumwa ikaskumika, but
I know,
here
but
we are.
kumekuwa na vitu mingi even today.
Yes. Mambo ni mengi, syllabus nini, but I'm glad that you managed to come today, and I'm super, super grateful. And I'm confident that this will help a woman out there who's probably in a similar situation.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Thank
God bless you so much.
Thank you too for having me here and for trusting me with my story that itasaidia a lady out here.
Yeah.
And even for the gents. You know, me, I normally say, hii kitu ni yetu si wote.
Kweli.
You might have a girlfriend, you have a sister, you have a daughter. Kama mamake hayuko utafanyaje?
True.
You have to stand in the gap.
In the gap, that's
so
true.
I also love to have even the men in the initiative as we change the world.
Yes.
And we have this slogan of making a world friendly, making a period friendly world for every girl. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much,
here.
and God bless you, and God bless
you too.
Yes, and have a good one, and God bless you as well for keeping us company here at A Woman's Journal. My name is Susan Grace, and thank you to Sukusuku along Kiambu Road for giving us this beautiful, breathtaking location. Truly, truly appreciate it. My name is Susan Grace. Until next time, God bless you.